Hey everybody, Don here again. Well, I had a great video planned for you today. Me and Bodhi are out on a shed hunt. Probably going to be the last shed hunt for a little while because tonight through tomorrow, 6 to 12 inches of snow. Monday, another 5 to 8 inches of snow. Thursday, another 6+ inches of snow. So by next weekend, we could have 20 inches of fresh snow on the ground or more. So we probably won't be doing a lot of shed hunting. I'm in an area today where me and Bodhi came in here the other day, totally new area, saw all kinds of deer sign, and there's a big moose wandering around in here, a lone moose, which makes me think it's a bull. And so we were gonna come in and I was gonna get the shed hunting going. I got the training shed in my pack. Was going to do some of that as well. And then I was going to introduce you to another training method that we've needed to incorporate. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. So I've told you guys before that Bodhi has been really pretty good for the most part, but he is definitely an alpha dog and he definitely has a mind of his own. And the one thing that we seem to have the most trouble with, no matter how much praise or snacks or treats we give him, is recall. Sometimes he's awesome. Most of the time he's awesome. But every once in a while, he will not listen to you one bit. And that can be really dangerous. So yesterday, me and Bodhi went to a pond that I had bass fished this year. Had great luck, but I also heard there was perch in there. And I wanted to see if the road was accessible, and I wanted to check out the ice for ice fishing. Plus, I know there's a trail that goes around that pond, so it would be a perfect place to get Bodhi out for a hike. So we're hiking up this trail, and it's gorgeous. It's a little icy. I could have used my micro spikes, to be honest. But on one side, it dropped down to the pond. On the other side, it was rock outcroppings, not unlike what's behind me now, except 10 times higher, steeper, and covered in ice. Well, Bodhi was being really good, and then all of a sudden, the hackles on his back went up, and up that hill he went. And the whole way up, hair on his back was standing straight up. He was on his way to something, and he had purpose. And no matter how many times I called him, Bodhi, come, never slowed him down one bit. 1, 2, 3 treats usually gets him to come. Never slowed him down. And up over the top he went. It's a good 50, 60 feet of elevation gain. And like I said, really icy. There was no way without micro spikes I was going to be able to go up it. And he wouldn't come. And I'm thinking, all right, that rocky, ledgy stuff with all the outcroppings and crevices is perfect place for a porcupine den, or even a bear den for that matter. And I don't know what he saw, but he was after it. And I could not get him to turn around. And I gotta tell you, I was freaked out. For 5 minutes, he wouldn't come no matter how many times I called. So I was kind of thinking, okay, do I run back to the truck? It was probably a half a mile away, get my micro spikes and go up, or try to find a way around it. And as I started to work up it, and it was treacherous, he popped over the top and came down. But he was gone for over 5 minutes and made me real nervous. All of our other labs, except for Tucker, have had run-ins with porcupines, and it's not fun. And we were a long way from the vet. And Karen has the same issue with him sometimes. She works with him every single day, but there's times when, he takes off and he won't come back. So we decided we need to get this dog to come on recall. And I mean, it's probably the most dangerous thing that your dog if your dog won't return to you when you call him. So we invested in a electronic training tool. Now I'll probably get a lot of slack. A lot of people are against them. But I think it's more important that you get your dog to return when you call him than worry about, what people think about whether an electronic collar is cruel or what. So this collar we got is recommended by a couple of really notable trainers. A breeder that we correspond with also uses them for her dogs. And it's a Garmin. I can't remember the number or the model number. I'll put it down below. But it has 3 modes. Tone, which is a tone that humans can't hear, but dogs definitely hear it. Vibration, and then shock. And so Karen's been using it quite a bit, and we only use the tone mode for now. She'll, if he runs off and he won't return, she'll say, Bodhi, come. And if he doesn't come, she hits the tone button. And so far, every time she's hit that tone button, he looks up and then he comes running back to her. We haven't had to use vibration or shock yet. There may come a time when we do. But we'll have it set on a low setting. So I know a lot of people use them, and even though some people probably think they're cruel, I don't believe they are. So I was gonna do a video on this, and we're out here shed hunting, and I know we're gonna get in some area where he's gonna get on something and he's not gonna come back, and I was gonna try to tone him. But see that right there? No SD card. What a knucklehead. Anyways, we're gonna do some shed hunting. If we find something, we'll let you know. And if we don't, well, this will be the end. And we'll try to have our stuff together a little better for the next video. Here's some of those moose tracks I was telling you about from yesterday. That's a big moose, and it's solo. So I'm hoping it's a big bull. Well, I can see that moose came up over this top. Lots of deer poo. Lots of deer tracks up here too. Come on, Bone. Good boy. All right. Oh, there's more deer poo. Hey, go on, get out of here. I didn't want to stop by that. Can you believe the deer sign up here? I mean, I watch these shed hunting videos from guys out in the Midwest, and they find a lot more sheds, but they're always on deer sign. I haven't seen deer sign like this anywhere we've shed hunted so far this year. Come on, Bodhi, find a shed. Yeah, find a shed. We're probably gonna break out the training antler here in a little bit, but I just want to cover this area really good. We're gonna cut across the top of this knob, then we're gonna go into the dark wood. 'Cause inside the dark wood would be more where I would expect to find a shed, but they've been feeding up here big time. I'm shocked at how many piles of deer droppings we're finding up here. All these oaks. I would have expected over there farther, but I guess you can see they're feeding on these tops. These woody browse is what they're eating. And there's tracks, droppings everywhere. We're at the height to land on this little hill. Well, we're going to use the training shed a little bit up here on this top where there's not a whole lot of snow. I was hoping to fool Bodhi, but he saw me pull it out of the pack, so it's more going to be a fetch and retrieve. Come on, Bode, let's go. Unless I can get him to wander out in front of me a little bit. Come on. All right, you ready to get this antler, bud? Whoa, I know you are. There you go. Bring it. Come on, bring it. Put it in my hand. Come on, put it in my hand. Come on. Bodhi, I got treats. Come on, put it in my hand. Come on. Bring it. Oh, good boy. There you go. Yes, good boy. A good little hike, good little training session on a really good area. I just didn't find any sheds, but I'm dressed really light for hiking, and up here on this knob it is windy and much colder than I anticipated, so I didn't have my watch on me, but I think we probably will have 2.5 miles by the time we get back to the truck. Bodhi has not given me an opportunity to use the tone on the electronic collar, so he's been really good about coming back to me. He's wandered off over there, but he'll come as soon as I call him, so we're gonna head back down unless we find something. Thanks for coming along. I don't know when we'll be shed hunting again after all this snow coming up, but we'll see you when we do. Peace.